Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this lovely 2020 Infiniti Q50 Sport that we have for sale. Kind of a little bit more of a rarer version of the Q50. Most of the time when you see the performance versions of the Q50, it's more often the red sports. The regular sport ones weren't quite sold quite as much as the red sports, or even more so the regular, Lux version of the Q50, which is just a regular version, not the performance version. But if you're not full bent on having the 400 horsepower full meal deal, but you want something a little bit more sporty than the regular Q50 as far as performance and looks go, this Q50 Sport's a great proposition. This particular one, we recently took it on trade for a brand new Infiniti. I think the customer went to a SUV from a sedan. This is a local 100 Clean Carfax vehicle, a little over 10,000 miles, 10,061 at the time of making this video. So basically, the Sport version in 2020, the options on the Sport was a little bit different on earlier ones, but in 2020, you basically have many of the go fast features of the Red Sport. You have the same digital dynamic suspension as the Red Sport, the same upgraded brakes, the exterior and interior styling is a little bit more sporty. You have the same, kind of sportier looking trim on the inside. So the interior styling, the exterior styling is very similar to the Red Sport. You have the more aggressive front and rear fascia. The wheel and tire package is a little bit different. You do have a sport wheel and tire package, but you don't have the higher end, more aggressive wheel and tire package as the Red Sport. So there are some slight differences, but like I said, if you don't need the full meal deal gold fast, the Q50 Sport is an excellent proposition. You have the same sport seats as the Red Sport, a little bit more aggressive front bolstering, holding and play-string performance driving. Okay, 7-speed automatic transmission. We have a navigation system. We have a 360-degree round view camera. Backup collision intervention, great safety features. The bottom screen is a tablet-like interface for vehicle settings and apps. You have a drive mode selector here. You can also access it here as well. You can make a lot of changes. You can make changes to the engine and transmission. You can make changes to the steering effort. Since this has the digital dynamic suspension, you can change the suspension settings from sport to standard. Active trace control brakes individual wheels to help the vehicle rotate through the corners a little bit better. You can shut that system on or off. All right. Then we also have steering wheel paddle shifters similar to what you get in the Red Sport. Upgraded Bose sound system on this one. We have a moonroof, universal garage door opener. The Q50 is built on the advanced front midship platform. We've been using this platform for about 20 years on Infiniti products. Also, they use the same platform on the Nissan Z. This one also has intelligent all-wheel drive. We've been using this all drive system for a long time. A lot of racing pedigree. Looks like they forgot to clean the engine on this one, so we won't look at it too much. We'll have to send it back to detail. But you have that 300 horsepower VR30 twin turbo engine. And honestly, even though the Red Sport is 100 horsepower more, and it is noticeably faster, it doesn't quite feel as dramatic as you'd think having more than 100 horsepower more than this one. Well, 300 horsepower, this thing is still very, very fast. Faster than many other cars on the road. And at the time, we actually do have a Red Sport Q50 and this regular Sport, so if you want to compare them back to back, you can do that. Test drive them both, see what you think. So you have a unique wheel and tire package with the Sport, a little bit different than the Red Sport. You have upgraded brakes. You have the same more aggressive front fascia, Sport front end as the Red Sport. So the advanced front midship platform is basically it's almost a mid-engine platform. They take the engine and they place it as far back behind the front axle as possible, so the center of gravity is towards the middle of the vehicle. It's a sports car based platform, originally used in the Z. And we've been using it in many Infiniti products, the G35, G37 over the years. It's very balanced. And then our rear wheel drive is standard. This has the Atessa all-wheel drive system. Atessa stands for Advanced Total Traction Engineering System for all terrain. It's a rear wheel drive based all-wheel drive system. It's actually racing inspired. If you guys are familiar with the Nissan Skyline, this all-wheel drive system was the R32 Skyline was one of the first vehicles to use this all-wheel drive system. It was actually the Japanese engineers was copying the all-wheel drive system on the Porsche 959, when they developed this. And you know, I guess the best form of flattery is imitation, but the Japanese engineers, they love to improve on things. You know, the Germans are good for being innovative and coming up with new technology. The Japanese engineers are good at, you know, perfecting, making things more reliable, more efficient. And I think they definitely did that with the Tesla all-wheel drive system. It's been very reliable. I don't think I've ever seen one all-wheel drive system go bad in my close to 20 years at Nissan and Infiniti. I've been in Infiniti close to 18 years. So yeah, amazing all-wheel drive system. It's rear-wheel drive based, so allows 100% rear-wheel drive during normal driving conditions, and it can send up to 50% of the power to the front wheels in a matter of milliseconds for no-slip starts. And this all-wheel drive system will definitely improve your wet weather performance, and it's rear-wheel drive biased. When developing this all-wheel drive system, the engineers, they want it to feel like a rear-wheel drive car. So you'll notice if you get aggressive on the power, the rear end will kind of slide a little bit before the traction control system kicks in. And so it kind of gets a little bit tail happy, but the all-wheel drive system will kick in, stabilize the car, sends up to 50% of the power to the front wheels. It also has a yaw sensor, so under actually heavy cornering, it will limit the amount of power going to the front wheels, because it's preferable in certain cornering situations to have a little bit more of a rear-wheel drive bias versus going straight. But obviously you want a little bit of you know, front wheel power, front traction in the front wheels in cornering. That all-wheel drive system will help pull you through the corners. Quite an amazing vehicle. I actually have the same all-wheel drive system on my Infiniti FX37. I've driven deep into Mount Rainier National Park on some dirt and gravel roads with this all-wheel drive system. Has done great. I've driven in the snow with this all-wheel drive system, does amazing. I've driven in the wet, and I've done some performance driving. I mean, this is a all-wheel, like the name says, advanced total traction engineering system for all terrain. It's no exaggeration, no marketing gimmick. It is actually what it's called. It does exactly what it's called. So there you have it. One amazing product, one amazing all-wheel drive system, one amazing engine, one amazing car. Beautiful to look at, fun to drive, built and assembled in Japan. One true four-door sports car. Thanks for watching this video. Hope to see you soon and have a wonderful day.